Hi guys, happy Monday. Alright, anyways, back into Robert Cochrane. My video keeps, I don't know, they keep doing something to it because I think they're thinking Cochrane something different, but yeah, obviously. YouTube, no, this is a person. Alright, so, really interesting stuff. So, right now, Cochrane, he first came into the public prominence in November of 1963 through an article that was published in the weekly spiritualist newspaper, Psychic News. I vaguely remember some of these papers when I was little, so, but, okay, that was odd. Where'd I go? So, both Cochrane and his wife, so both Cochrane and his wife were interested in spiritualism, and this is not uncommon in craft circles. Obviously, it's not. So in the 19th century, when the movement was in its infancy, that's weird, it made a good cover for witches and cunning folk. They had both wanted to train as mediums, but they were apparently rejected because they admitted to being witches. That's very strange. Very strange. So Cochrane, however, was told that he had the potential to be a psychic medium. This was the rare ability in spiritualism to be able to manifest spirits in physical form so that they are visible to the naked eye. Okay, yep. I'm not even going to comment on that one. Cochrane contributed his article anonymously because he had a wife and a young son to consider, and said that he did not want bricks thrown through the windows of his house. Yeah, that's understandable. So, in the piece, Cochrane was evidently responding to some recent newspaper articles published at Halloween about witchcraft. So he began by stating that he was a descendant from a family of witches. No, he wasn't. And added that witchcraft is not paganism, although it retains the memory of ancient faiths. This last statement was, of course, in a direct contradiction to the party line based on the theories of anthropologist Dr. Alice Margaret Murray, which, yeah, she's a crock about witchcraft put out at the time by the founder of modern Wicca, Gerald Gardner, and his followers. So, now, in Cochrane's opinion, the craft is a religion that is a mystical in approach and puritanical in altitude. Or attitude. Puritanical in attitude, not altitude. Alright, so, where did I go? Okay, again, this was in contrast to Wicca, with its aspirations to be the survival of a prehistoric fertility cult, and its advocating of such concepts as ritual nudity and free love. So, yeah, well, I have, the more I read, yeah, Wicca just, no thanks, I'll pass. Alright, so, yeah, the whole free love thing, whatever. So Cochrane went on to say that the witch is a mystic following the last real mystery cult. One with a complex and evolved philosophy that has strong affinities with many Christian beliefs. Okay, so since traditional craft is pre-Christian, we'll see. Now, in fact, a person could be a witch and a Christian at the same time. I don't believe so. So this belief reflects the reality of the historical cunning folk who utilized Christian prayer and charms, and this is in Gemma Gary's books as well, too. And those modern traditional witches who practice dual faith observance. So yeah, basically you can. Dual faith observance, it's, the two-headed doctor, so a dual faith, a person like that. So we did go over that with Gemma Gary, but she just explained it a lot better. So now, as the article progressed, Cochrane provided his readers with a concise history of the craft, as he claimed that it existed in the medieval period. He said that in the Middle Ages, there was an influx of esoteric Islamic mysticism into Europe, brought over by the adherents of various secret societies. He went on to say that there was evidence that the that these Eastern ideas influenced the witch cult. So, as we shall see later, this concept is also shared by the Pickengill craft and had earlier been put forward by Sufi master and friend of Gerald Gardner, Idris Sayed Shah, whatever. Even earlier in the 1930s, the occultist and magician Rollo Ahmed, I think, maybe, who was a member of a surviving Golden Dawn Lodge, made a similar observation. Now, in a letter he wrote to Robert Graves, Cochrane qualified by saying that he had not heard of this theory from any other source other than Idris Shah, and contact with Joe Gardner's Wiccan covens. He also doubted the Islamic Suffolk influence was very widespread in English witchcraft. So he is one. I don't know. I understand part of what he says, and then it's just the rest is just completely his own revision of the whole entire old craft. So the article in Psychic News concludes with Robert Cochrane comparing spiritualism with witchcraft. He strongly refuted an idea that had obviously been previously aired, that the historical witches belonged to some primitive spiritualist type movement. So he dismisses this in true Cochrane style as a pleasant daydream. I do like his witty comebacks and stuff the stuff that he just gripes about, and says that the witch is not primarily concerned with messages or morality gained from the dead. Instead, they were involved with the action of God and gods upon man and man's position spiritually. He says a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of opinions and a lot of theories. And yeah, I understand why he made such a giant uproar. And he still does. He also confirmed that witchcraft is not a simple belief, and that's true. Although he did concede that some might think so from only a superficial examination of the subject, which would very well much be true. One of the most interesting and highly controversial statements made in the article was Cochrane's claimed that he was from an old witch family who included his mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and great-grandfather. He also claims that 2 of his ancestors were actually hanged for practicing the craft, which later we will find out that that's all a lie. All of it. Later, Cochrane was to make other claims about his alleged hereditary status in his correspondence with the Kabbalistic magician William Bill Gordon Gray, 1913 to 1992, and with Robert Graves, that appear to represent a classic granny story. So, he said that his family were involved in witchcraft since at least the 17th century, and his great-grandfather had allegedly been the old man, high priest, or grandmaster of the Staffordshire witches. You guys know where this is going, right? So the house he was born in allegedly straddled the Staffordshire, Warwickshire border. So if there was any danger of being arrested, the family could move from one side of the house to the other to escape detection and capture. That is just, if the house, part of it laid on one city and then the other was on the other part of the city, that does not make sense whatsoever. Moving from one end of the house to the other just so you don't get arrested for something, that's very different, very odd. So his great-grandfather was supposed to preside over witch meetings dressed in skins and horned head dresses, as the devil, the magister of the craft. Cochrane said the basic aim of the Staffordshire and Warwickshire witches was to ensure flax, fodder, and frig, or a roof over their head, clothes on their back, food, sex, and good crops, healthy children, and some power to strike back at the the oppress? Or ibid? Okay. Now, according to Cochrane, his grandparents decided to reject the craft, and they converted to Methodism. Because of his betrayal of the family's heritage, his great-grandfather cursed them, and this afflicted the family down the generations. Alright, yeah. This all sounds so far-fetched. It does. Does it not? I mean, it does. So allegedly, nearly all of his relatives died in misery and by violence, which is interesting in the light of Cochrane's own tragic end. So, Robert Cochrane's nephew, Martin Lloyd, however, said, quote, "My grandparents or any other members of the family were never witches or had any craft connections. They were all Methodists," unquote. This may well be true, but there are many instances and examples where members of the craft will hide their affiliation, that's very true, from even close family members. So yeah, that is true, and that could be very true back then, too. Well, I wasn't alive, so I have no clue. But, now when Robert Cochrane was born, he said his father recognized the physical likeness to his great-grandfather. Now, allegedly, Cochrane's father was opposed to witchcraft and made Cochrane's mother swear she would never tell her son about the terrible truth of their family's history and heritage. It's just too far-fetched. All of this is way too far-fetched, for me anyway. However, when he was only 5, Cochrane had his first spiritual experience, and after his father died, he finally learned the truth about his craft background. His mother was supposed to have had connections to an old coven in Windsor, whose last member died in late Victorian times. As a child, she had allegedly helped this elderly lady, a Miss Blomfield, in the traditional role of maid and scryer. Very different. I mean, this man has so many theories, it's ridiculous. After he had discovered the alleged truth about his family and their involvement in witchcraft, Cochrane allegedly went to his aunt, Lucy, who he described in one of his letters as a terrible old woman. Okay. She apparently owned a collection of magical objects that had been passed down through the generations. This aunt taught him about the 5 arts and admitted him into the craft. So this seems to be around the age of 13. So Robert did have an Aunt Lucy. So she lived in the Midlands and was married to a train driver. However, it has been claimed that there is no evidence that she was involved in witchcraft, and while she collected curios and had a room full of memorabilia of relatives who had passed away that could have been mistaken for a witchy shrine. So yeah, that's very true. That's seen everywhere. A lot of people have a lot of different knick-knack cabinets and curios. So, it is claimed that none of them were magical in nature. So, very, very different. So, alright guys, we're gonna leave off there. So, yeah, but I don't believe. I don't really honestly believe. I mean, I do. I believe he believed. But, alright, okay, it is possible. Alright, I have to write this down. I will forget. I'm still writing notes on napkins. There we go. We will not forget where we left off because it just gets even better and better and better. So yeah, I don't know, guys. He is just, I mean, going through all of this and reading through this and just, just kind of going back and reflecting on what Gemma Gary has, written about the West Country magic. And it does later in this book, it does kind of delve into, and it just kind of, slips into the West Country witches. So it's it's really interesting, actually. So Cornwall. So we will be taking a trip to Cornwall tomorrow, hopefully. I would love to go today. Literally just kind of creep my way over to Cornwall. That would be so amazing. But, alright. Let's do some coffee talk. It's been forever. Literally, it's been forever. So, alright, readings are coming. The last of the few. It's just been weird. Another weird, I don't know. I feel just very odd and like stuff's off. but not too bad. So, alright, let's see. Who has what to say today? Oh, wow. Okay. Come on. It's so rainy and gloomy out. I love it. It's beautiful. It's cool. It's like 60 degrees and I'm still burning up. It's wonderful. I love fibromyalgia. It's amazing. Everything that comes up on my thing now is Eartha Kitt, Eartha Kitt, Eartha Kitt, Eartha Kitt. I love it. Alright. Let's see if I can get to my comments quick enough. Alright, let's see. Comments. Hello, everybody. Maybe. I don't know. Come on. Wow. I think it's the rain. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, S-Sun. Hey, you. Hey, Ryan, I just wanted to ask, can you possibly give me an update on the which session is coming? It's coming either tomorrow or Wednesday, I promise. I asked for one and confirmed everything like last week. Yeah, I know. And you're catching up on readings. I was just wondering about it. Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow or Wednesday. Yes. Definitely. Cindy Miller. Hi, hey. Hi. Hi, you. Careless... something. Hello. Smoky Shake. YouTube Cat. Burns of the Dragon TV. Teresa Walker. Lisa Oaks. M. Kiss. Nikki Davis. Medina Ray. World's Tallest Drummer. I'm still wondering how tall you are. Really? Shara Harris. Hi, my love. Tyler Henry. Hello. Taylor Henry. Hello. Lisa Oaks. Hello from India. Hello. Hi. Skyly Sullivan. Hi, my love. I love you. Miss you. Gustavo. Hi, my brother. Things, yes. Lady Witch. Stanley Berg. Lindsay Marie. Bubba Timko. John Ortega. Wow. Alright. Thank you guys for all the amazing comments. They're incredible. And I will see you all tomorrow. So, everybody have a great day. Try to, anyway. I love you guys all the way from Venus. All the way back down. And everybody have a great day. Stay safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So, if I can even find my mouse. There it is. Alright. Bye, guys.